Hey, welcome to Daily Devo. My name is Diana, and today we are talking about one step. Hey, we are looking at four people who found themselves in the wilderness in Scripture, and they are all in the wilderness for various different reasons. Jesus was there from temptation, John the Baptist was there to prepare the way, and Elijah found himself there with a heavy heart, running far from his calling and far from God. And today we are looking at Jonah. Now, Jonah found himself in the wilderness because of his own choices and his own disobedience. We are going to zoom in on a part of his story where Jonah has finally said, God, okay, your way. I want to come back and do what you asked me to do the first time. So let's look at scripture and see what he's up to. We are going to be in Jonah chapter 3. Starting in verse 1, it says this. It says, then the Lord... Starting in verse 3, it says this. It says, then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message that I have given you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord, and he went to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very large city, and it took 3 days to go through it. Now here's the deal. Oftentimes when we read this, we don't realize that at this particular moment when God's telling Jonah to go to Nineveh, he's not actually in Nineveh at the moment. So Daily Devo listeners, today I just want to encourage you that from the time Jonah chooses to step back into alignment with obedience, he's not poof, magically in Nineveh. He has to walk that journey back to the place of obedience one step at a time. Now, we don't know how long that journey actually took, but it was quite a while to get from where he was to Nineveh. And it was one step after the other. And I don't know about you, but oftentimes when we have a long journey to walk, there comes some times to think. And we find ourselves having to make choices over and over again. Am I still going to be obedient? Is this still worth it? And am I still going to stick to the plan? As time unfolds, Jonah has to put one foot in front of the other and consistently choose to stick with his decision of obedience. So what might sticking with obedience look like one step after the other for you? Might it look like sticking with your decision of discipline, whatever that has been, in your discipline to learn, in your discipline of health, in your discipline of finances, to do the step that you and God have prayed through and decided and committed to? Maybe for you, sticking with one step of obedience means you need to confess again today your temptation or your frustration or your desire one step after the other to keep taking one step at a time. I don't know what one step looks like for you, but God gives us new mercy every morning. And maybe one step looks like you saying, it's a new day. Yesterday is in the path. And today, God, I choose to take a step of obedience. I choose to be with you, with your help, with your strength, with your grace. Remember, it was a long walk back to Nineveh. And sometimes obedience out of the wilderness looks like one step at a time. Keep going. Keep to your commitment of obedience. Ask for the Lord's help. Tell your community and ask for prayer. We are praying that the Lord would strengthen you to follow him one step at a time today. Be blessed.